Imagine waking up one morning, opening the news, and reading, 20 atomic bombs exploded across the world today. Yeah, not exactly the kind of headline you scroll past with your coffee. So what would actually happen if this nightmare scenario came true? Let's break it down. First, let's set the scene. We're not talking about 20 random firecrackers. We're talking about nuclear weapons, the same kind that leveled Hiroshima and Nagasaki in World War II. Modern bombs are way bigger, but to keep it simple, let's imagine each one is about the size of the Hiroshima bomb. Around 15 kilotons of TNT. Multiply that by 20 and you get a whole lot of destruction. Now, here's the big question. Where do they go off to? Because it makes a huge difference. If all 20 bombs exploded in one place, that's basically erasing an entire megacity from the map. But if they were scattered across the globe, each one would be its own disaster zone. Let's go with the scattered version. It's scarier and a little more interesting. So, boom number 1. A single bomb wipes out the downtown of a major city. In seconds, the fireball is hotter than the surface of the sun. Anyone within a mile radius? Gone instantly. Buildings? Vaporized. Even glass windows miles away. Shattered. Multiply that scene by 20. 20 cities. 20 ground zeros. Millions of people gone within minutes. Okay, it already sounds like the end of the world, right? Not quite yet. Humanity has survived terrible things before, but this would change everything. Next comes the fallout, literally. When an atomic bomb explodes near the ground, it kicks up dust, debris, and radioactive particles high into the air. That fallout can drift for hundreds of miles, contaminating farmland, rivers, and even people's skin and lungs. And if 20 bombs go off, the radioactive cloud would spread across entire continents. Crops, poisoned. Water supplies, contaminated. Hospitals, overwhelmed. And don't forget the psychological fallout. Imagine the panic, the chaos. Stock markets crash, governments point fingers, and conspiracy theories go wild on Twitter. Basically, the whole world goes into survival mode. But wait, what about the climate? Could 20 nuclear explosions trigger a nuclear winter? Well, here's the good news. Probably not. Scientists think it would take hundreds, maybe thousands, of nuclear bombs to really darken the skies and drop global temperatures for years. So with just 20, the Earth wouldn't freeze over, but the regions hit would face localized mini-winters. Dark skies, toxic rain, ruined harvests. Not exactly picnic weather. Here comes the big twist, geopolitics. Once 20 bombs explode, the world's nuclear powers, like the US, Russia, and China, aren't going to sit back and say, well, that was bad. Let's move on. Nope. They're going to assume it was an attack. And nuclear doctrines are built on the idea of striking back before the other guy does. Which means those 20 bombs could easily trigger thousands more. Yeah, the scariest part isn't the explosions themselves. It's what comes after. The chain reaction of mistrust, retaliation, and possibly total nuclear war. That's the real doomsday scenario. So, to answer the question, if 20 atomic bombs exploded in the world, millions would die instantly, radiation would spread for decades, economies would collapse, and international relations would probably snap like a rubber band. But the biggest danger is that it wouldn't stop at 20. Could spiral into thousands, and that's when civilization as we know it ends. Now, here's the takeaway. Nuclear weapons are terrifying not just because of what they do, but because of what they might set in motion. Humanity has enough firepower to destroy itself many times over. Which means the real miracle isn't that we invented these things. It's that, so far, we've managed not to use them. So, what do you think? Would humanity somehow pull together and rebuild after 20 bombs? Or would it be the spark that wipes us out for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this little trip into nuclear nightmare land, hit like, subscribe, and share this with a friend who loves What If science just as much as you do. Stay curious, stay safe, and maybe let's all agree not to push any big red buttons.